Chris Williams back with C Sports and Entertainment. I'm here today with a very special guest, one of my favorite North Carolina fighters, Joel Caudle. Joel, welcome.
Thank you.
Appreciate having you today. Appreciate having you. Let's get right into this. So for the few fans in North Carolina that don't know who Joel Caudle is, describe who you are as a person and also, as a fighter.
I'm Joel, the QuietStorm Caudle, and basically my name is who I am. I'm usually very quiet until you bother me, and then that's when things get ugly. But I'm not going to say I'm humble, but I'm very arrogant at the same time, if that makes sense to you. Very aggressive. I'm on my own business, but I do feel like I'm the best, and I do work to be the best, and that's my ultimate goal, is to be the best.
You talk about being quiet until somebody bothers you.
Yes.
You should be the sheriff of social media. Because absolutely no one polices social media like Joel. So if a fighter has a problem, or promoter, or somebody that's close to you, I know you jump on it right away. And I've caught the wrath of Joel many a times, but I appreciate that because you're real. And a lot of times you get people that aren't who they say they are.
Exactly.
Get in their face. So
I don't like a lot of fake stuff, because I'm like, I don't appreciate when I dedicate my life to this, and I literally mean my life. I gave up everything to box, and then people come fronting. That just really bothers me, and I feel like I gotta speak up. So that's just who I am.
Okay, you talk about dedicating your life to this. How did you get started in the sport of boxing?
Kind of like, I was in New Mexico training for MMA with John Joe's, Carlos Condo, Holly Holmes, and all of them, and Jackson and Rico John's camp. But I got back to North Carolina because I had a son on the way, so I came back. So I'm gonna take care of my kids, of course. And then I was going to gym to gym, trying to find a home, because I'm like, I wasn't gonna stop switching gyms until I wasn't the best in the gym. So then I fell into the Massey's gym, not thinking it was gonna be much, and I ran up on Willie Jones, of course, and I couldn't hit him to save my life. So after that, I started training there. And then Massey just saw me in the gym, just watching him teach everybody what they taught, what he wanted to teach them. And I was copying it without actually training with him. He was like, "You want to take a boxing fight?" And I was like, "Sure, I'll try it out." So that's basically how it started. We ain't looked back since.
Okay, you didn't have an amateur career in boxing, but you did have an MMA career. Tell us a little bit about how you did in MMA.
MMA, I'm pretty much dominated. For the most part, I was 5-2 as an amateur. My only loss was my very first fight when I didn't know what I was doing and thought I could just wrestle everybody. My second loss was to 8-0 to Sean Stevenson. We had to catch weight kind of when I was 205 champion, he was 185. But yeah, I pretty much dominated in that area, and I was supposed to be a good prospect, but I just never got to pursue it because I kind of got blackballed and everything. So, but it's all good. It worked out for the better.
Okay. Well, now you're fully enthralled in boxing.
Yes.
So 8-2 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, talk a little bit about what you want to get out of the sport. What is it that the QuietStorm Joel Caudle wants to get out of boxing?
Of course, we all want to get paid and everything like that, but I also want to be remembered. I don't want to be just some guy who fought in his corner and made his money and got out. I actually want to be a household name one day and somebody respected in the sport, because I honestly do love it, and it's a big passion of mine. So I would love to be known worldwide for this.
Okay. Excellent. So, talk about some of your heroes in the sport of boxing, or even MMA for that matter. Guys that motivate you and make you train a certain way or do certain things.
People that motivate me when it comes to training wise, I would say Mike Tyson, not necessarily because of style, but because how he got up every day, did the same thing when he was in his prime. How he busted his ass in the gym every single day, took no corners, listened to his coach. As long as he was living, listened to his coach. And just like he was 100% in. And outside of that, I would say Muhammad Ali, because he wasn't afraid to speak his mind. Of course, I'm not either, and that's why I respect it so much. And he really sacrificed his whole career just to make sure he was honest about who he was to his people. So that's all I love so much about him. But those two definitely people I look up to right now. But if you're looking for somebody today that I look up to and like to watch and study, it would be Canelo. Mainly because I just love his style and how far he's came since he's fought Mayweather. And how he's able to adapt and basically dominate everybody's in the ring with. even though he did struggle with Triple G for a little bit. But yeah, that's about it.
It's the biggest name in the sport right now, Canelo. So that's a heck of a guy to look up to. You know, Joel, describe your style inside the ring. You know, boxer, puncher. You know, how would you describe your style?
I like to call it calculated aggression, because although I'm always looking as the aggressor, like if you actually watch the film, sometimes I'm not even throwing punches. I'm just walking at you, making you work hard, making you struggle, making you do what I want you to do. So to me, that's how I basically describe my style. I would say, I'm not going to say a counter puncher or a power puncher, because I don't really knock people out, but I do counter a lot, but I will actually hit you too. So it's like everything I do is based off of what you do. So I'm going to just call it calculated aggression.
Calculated aggression is a good description of it. That's a great way to describe it. May 9th, it's your second time fighting in Durham, but it's been a long time. What is it, 2016 was the last time you fought? So it's a homecoming for you. So describe the feelings, the emotions that you're starting to build up going into this fight.
I mean, I'm pretty much excited to be back, closer to people that I live around, people I grew up with, so I can have more people come out and support me this time. So, and of course, the last time I fought here, we shut it down. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to trying to do the same thing again, if God willingly. But we'll see what happens. But I'm very excited about it, though.
You know, you talked about shutting it down. That was probably one of the biggest fights as far as buzz, the hype, everything surrounding that fight, and it was against Pink Panther. You know. Talk about that fight. I mean, it's been a while, so talk about it. What do you remember about that night?
I remember basically, like, I was at a David Morris show, and I saw them announce him as the #1 heavyweight in North Carolina, and I was boxing then, of course, and I was just like, yo, I could destroy him. And then they got back to David, and then he started putting me on his boxing shows, and as time went on, like, Marie kept coming to my fights, calling me out, talking so much trash, fat boy this, fat boy that. And I'm just like, I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to put you to sleep. And it's like, I felt obligated to do that because I've never experienced somebody talk so much trash to me and disrespect me so much in my life. I'm glad that I got it done because, like, I don't know, I was ready to fight him in Fayetteville when I ran into him, everything else. So it's like, it was ugly at first, but I mean, I'm glad we got the job done, though.
Yeah, you guys had some good encounters outside the ring leading up to that fight. And there's been many a nights when you guys actually stole the show from the actual fight inside the ring. Everybody was focused on you. So you're returning home, inner city gym, everybody will be around you. I mean, what's it going to be like? May 9th, Durham Armory, Christy Martin Promotions.
I mean, it should be fireworks because it's not only me from inner city, you got Blake and Marco as well coming out, so it should be fireworks. We should all be out there, have all our people out there ready to give us our performance, so it should be a very good night for all of us, and we all do what we're supposed to do.
All right. Awesome that you honor your fellow members in the gym. That's a great thing. So there's this anytime, anywhere saying that everybody always, you always hear these fighters, I'll fight you anytime, anywhere. But you truly live by that. So anybody that ever looks at your record, they see this guy, he'll go to D.C., he'll go to Philly, you'll fight anytime, anywhere, you'll fight anybody. Yeah. So where does that mentality come from?
Growing up, my dad, he was a pastor and a coach as well, but his motto was, if you're not going to be the best of you, ain't about business doing it. Like, he's really pulled me off teams for losing or having losing records because he didn't believe in losing. So when it comes to this, it's like, if I see a challenge, I look for it. I want the challenge because, like, I need to know that I am who I say I am. Like, I don't want anything fake about me. I consider myself a real fighter and one of the best fighters around here right now and hopefully in the world one day. So it's like, I can't let anything intimidate me. I want the tough guys because to me, you're not a tough guy until you beat me. That's just how I feel about it. So that's basically where it comes from. That's how I was brought up.
Gotcha. So right now you're 8-2-1 with the draw, right?
8-2-2.
8-2-2. Okay, so one of the losses was in Philadelphia, is that correct? And then the draw was on the road as well. You didn't lose your first fight in North Carolina until your last fight in Charlotte. That was probably the most emotion I've ever seen out of you ever.
Yeah.
You were surrounded by family and friends. Talk about that night. Talk about that feeling. I mean, I don't want to bring you back to that,
No, it's all
but
good.
how has that helped, build you going forward?
I mean, okay, perfectly honest, yes, I showed a lot of emotion that night, but it really didn't have much to do with the fight because, like, it was one of the things, like, I was fighting for my people and my fans because I'm like, I already sold the tickets and everything. As y'all heard before the fight, they're like, we're honoring Joel's little brother because he had passed away, and the funeral was the same day as the fight, so I couldn't go to the funeral, so I had to be at the fight because I was like, I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do. I'm going to stay professional, and I'm going to follow through with that. So I couldn't, like, I feel like I was basically in a sucker place in the ring. I heard Massey screaming at me, telling me to throw more punches, telling me to move my head, where it's just like I would turn up a little bit and then shut down. Like I couldn't explain what was going on. I was just stuck. And it's like after the fight was over, win, lose, or draw, it's just I felt so much relief, and like I felt like a weight had been lifted because like it was over. Because I had been in count for the past 2 weeks, like trying not to talk to nobody about it and anything like that, because it was a lot to deal with because that was my little brother. So like I was just glad it was over, but I know I asked for a rematch, we couldn't get that. We're going to probably work out in the future. So right now I'm looking forward to fighting with a clear mind finally and not having to balance emotion, training, and doing everything you're supposed to do in camp and staying mentally focused for a fight, because it's like I wasn't fighting Johnny Lanston. I was fighting myself. So I'm just glad it was over, and I feel so much better now that we passed that, and I'm ready to get on and get back on track.
Now, Joel, I mean, that says a lot about emotions that you had built up inside you when you're walking out into the ring.
Like, to me, it was like, I was honestly good until we got in the ring, and then they announced it, because like I thought they were going to do it before I got in the ring, before I even came out there. And then as soon as they announced it, it's just like, it was like a whole weight just fell upon me, and I'm like, I walked back to the corner trying to hold back tears and everything, because I was like, I can't do this right now, I got to wait till this is over and everything. And it's just like, it was just, to me, it was just a struggle of staying in the fight, because like I didn't want to fight because of what I was feeling. Then I got a lot of people, out there. I can't disappoint. I can't give a boring fight, because I take pride in being a very excited fighter. I'm looking to the right, and my mom, my whole family sitting there. They know what's going on. They tell me, get through the fight. I got Massey in the corner, ask me what's wrong, what's going on, why you not fighting, like you in shape. I'm like, it's just a lot of pressure, because I was like, I'm fine with pressure, but it's like at the same time my body don't do what I want to do sometimes, because I'm trying to stay in the fight, and then it's like, since he couldn't really pose a physical threat and like hitting hard enough to hurt me, it was hard to snap into the fight, because it's like hit me, I'm like, okay, whatever, and he'll walk off, and I just walk after him and stuff like that. So it's just hard to get into a fight, because I didn't feel like I was in a physical fight unless I'm in there making a fight.
Okay.
It was rough, but I'm just glad it was over with.
Okay.
I told him, great job, like you outpunched me. I didn't feel like I won, even though some people think I did, because in my head, like I try to keep scoring per rounds myself, and I know he outpunched me. I know he outworked me, because I usually throw, I want to say about 80 punches around at least as a heavyweight. But he never stopped throwing them, no matter what I did to him. So of course I gave it to him, to myself. So that wasn't surprising me at all. I wasn't mad about it. I just told him we could do it again if you want to.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Well, May 9th, again, it's a homecoming for you. What should fans expect from Joel Caudle on May 9th? Christy Martin,
I mean,
City Beatdown
I
3.
have every intention of showing out and showcasing my full ability, if the guy is still standing and whatnot, of course. But I'm definitely going to give a show, because I always do. That's what's going to go down.
All right. Thank you again, Joel. Again, folks, Joel Caudle, the QuietStorm, with Chris Williams, C Sports and Entertainment. Joel, one of my favorite fighters. And folks, you guys can read whatever you want to, hear whatever you say. I will call Joel immediately after I read anything that he says. But I think we have that kind of friendship, but I also have that much respect for you as a fighter. So again, thank you for coming and joining us. Chris Williams again with C Sports and Entertainment.